Netflix in New Zealand only has a third of the content that US Netflix has. This is because Netflix doesn't have the rights to broadcast some of its TV shows and movies in New Zealand. Fortunately, there's a simple way to get US Netflix here at home. All you need is a US IP address, and the easiest way to get one of those is to use a reliable VPN like NordVPN. In this video, I'm going to show you how NordVPN can get you access to US Netflix in New Zealand. If you don't have a Netflix account already, you're going to need to set one up. The good thing is, if you set up a Netflix account in New Zealand, that's going to work with US Netflix. So if you go to netflix.com, type in your email address, and then click Get Started. Then you're going to need to give yourself a password. And then you're going to click See the Plans and pick a plan that best suits you. Once you've chosen, just click Continue. And then that's going to take you to the setup payment page where you're going to set up your credit or debit card. Put in all your details here and then click Start Membership. I've already got a Netflix subscription, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to show you how you can log in. If we return to the Netflix homepage, you may have been signed in automatically, but if you haven't, just go up to the top right and click Sign In, and then put in your details. Press enter or click sign in, and this is going to take you to the Netflix streaming service. Now, this is the New Zealand streaming service. It's going to look pretty similar to the US streaming service. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the TV show Weeds, which actually isn't available on New Zealand Netflix, but it is available on US Netflix. This is just an example of how you can watch US Netflix in New Zealand. So if we search for Weeds in the New Zealand Netflix, you'll see that it's not available. So now we're going to need to use NordVPN to gain access to US Netflix. Okay, so the quickest way to get NordVPN is to click on the link in the description below, and that's going to take you straight to the NordVPN checkout page. Here you have the option of 3 different plans. Select which one best suits you. I'm going to choose the 1-year plan. There's also some add-ons that you can add to your subscription. I'm not going to need either of them, so I'm going to turn them off. 1-year plan, continue to payment. Now this is where you're going to put in your account details. So you need to put an email address in here, and then your payment information is going to go in here. It pays to remember your email address because that's what you're going to use to log in to NordVPN. I already have a NordVPN subscription, so I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to show you how to log into it once you've created your account. Okay, so if we return to the NordVPN homepage, you can log in up in the top right. This is going to ask you to log in. Now for me, it has my account details saved. It might have yours saved, but if it doesn't, just put in the email address and password that you created, and it will take you to this page here. Cool, and then this is going to show you what you have purchased with your subscription. So you can see that I have NordVPN and it's active. Now to download it, you just go to the right, you click Download Apps, and this gives you all the download portals. So for me, I want it on Windows, so this will work for me. But if you have it on Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, Android TV, Google Chrome, or Mozilla Firefox, you can download it on all of those as well. I'm happy with Windows, so I'm going to go download the NordVPN app. And down at the bottom left, it's going to ask me to save my download. I like to save my downloads, so I'm going to save as into the downloads folder, save. And then on the bottom left, once it was done, you're going to be able to run it. Click yes. Next. Install. And it's going to take a little while to install. And then you can launch it straight away, which I'm going to do for the benefit of this video. and And there it is. NordVPN has been successfully installed on my PC. Okay, so now what you need to do is connect to a US server on NordVPN. So you can either use the map and find the United States like that, or you can type it up here in the top left and just click on the United States. That's going to find the best server for you, and then once it goes green, you're now connected to the United States and you have a United States IP address. Alright, so what I like to do is sometimes I have problems with Netflix registering that I'm now based in the United States, so I sign out of Netflix and then I sign in again. So if I sign in, put in my details again, and now we're connected to US Netflix. So just to test this, if we go up here and search for Weeds, you can see that Weeds is now available. And
right. I'm sorry.
now I understand that you can hear the audio, but you can't see any picture. That's just because my video recording software doesn't allow me to record the video of Netflix. But you just got to trust me. I am watching Weeds, and hopefully the audio proves that. Yeah, that's how easy it is to watch US Netflix in New Zealand using NordVPN. The reasons we recommend NordVPN is firstly because it has servers all around the world, as you can see, and secondly because it has measures in place to get around Netflix's VPN blocking technology. Netflix constantly tries to block IP addresses provided by VPNs, and it does this by monitoring for an abnormal amount of connections coming from the same IP. So when Netflix detects multiple connections from the same IP, it will block that IP address when it's more than an average household number of connections. Fortunately, NordVPN has measures in place to stay one step ahead of Netflix's blocks. When an IP address is blacklisted by Netflix, Nord closes that IP and opens a new one. And this allows you to consistently watch US Netflix from New Zealand. Lesser VPNs don't do this. When their IPs are blocked, they're blocked for good, and eventually Netflix blocks all of their IP addresses and those VPNs don't work. So if you do want to reliably and consistently watch Netflix US in New Zealand, you need a VPN like Nord, a VPN that has these measures in place, and you can't go wrong with NordVPN. So click on the link in the description, get yourself a subscription to NordVPN, and watch US Netflix in New Zealand reliably and comfortably.